Right. For our animal stories of the day, I have two to share with you. How do koalas drink? And villagers rescue an endangered sea turtle. Now let's get into this. Moving on, I want to bring up educational part about animals. How do koalas drink? Not the way you might think. So let's get into it. Scientists have solved a lingering mystery about koalas' behavior. How do these tree dwellers, master this, native to Australia, consume enough water to live? A new study describes koalas' drinking behavior in the wild for the first time, finding that they lick water running down the smooth surface of tree trunks during rainfall, a phenomenon called stem flow, and do not rely merely on the water content of the leaves that make up their diet. The finding was the findings, which the research said may be useful in koalas' conservation efforts, were based on 46 observations of the koalas in the wildlife 2006 to 2019, mostly at the Yuyong Regional Park in Victoria. I think that the main message of this behavioral observations in the wild is very important to establish what is normal and what is unusual, and to truly understand what animals need if we watch them carefully. They will tell us, that said the university professor. So, when we are thirsty, we either drink water or liquid or sometimes chew on ice. But can I ask you, if there's no ice and no drink, like a liquid drink, what would you eat to to extract the water from? Like example, I might eat yogurt to extract water or liquid. How about you? In koalas, which are not bears, despite the common misconception, spend most of their lives high up in the eucalyptus trees. They rely on a diet of eucalyptus leaves, normally consuming around 1.1 to 1.8 pounds daily. Yes, they say they're some of the laziest creatures. They almost never move. The word koala is thought to have meant no drink in one of the Australian agricultural languages. The question of water consumption has been puzzling. Koalas have been alleged to never drink water freely in the wild, or to drink only occasionally. Drinking behavior has often been considered unusual for attributed to disease to severe heat stroke stress. Koalas were thought to gain the majority of the water that they required from the moisture content in the leaves that they feed on to drink water, unintentionally in the wild by eating wet leaves after rain when the dew is present on the leaf surface. They sleep about 20 hours a day. Like I told you, they're very lazy a day to conserve energy because their diet requires a lot of energy to digest. Koalas are nocturnal animals, so they are only active at night, and they are adhesive, which means they live in the trees and rely on their food, shelter, and as we discovered, also for their drinking. Now, you might recall Australia just had a huge wildfire, and I even did an article on it. And they said like 2.5 billion animals in Australia died. And since these people live in the koalas live in trees, they most likely suffered very harshly because they can't go on the ground and run away, and let alone they don't move much anyway. So koalas actually spend 98% of their lives in the trees, and only time they are on the ground is when they're trying to find another tree with more generous green supply or a mate. So my question for you is, what strange or rare animal fact do you know, or even what animal fact that do you know that you would like to share with the viewers or listeners below? please like, comment, and subscribe. And while we're at it, I have our second article. The villagers rescue an endangered sea turtle at the Lorca Norte. This actually took place in the Philippines. It's an island on the Philippines. So villagers have rescued rescued an endangered green sea turtle on the shores of Sito Abata Bagni Compression on Saturday evening, May 2nd. So here you go. You can see this turtle here. All right, that's the turtle that they rescued. It looks like it was a water turtle. The turtle was accidentally caught in a net cast by the group of local fishermen led by Jimmy Villa Sr. when discovered. Remember, they throw those nets down like China does, and they drag them along the ocean, and they bring everything up. Bargney Cospron in Lavar said that she was informed by the village group that it had caught an endangered sea turtle. She had immediately relayed this to the Ecuador Agua, who is the forestry senior manager of the North region, which owns and operates the famous wild farm of Paglapag. Agua in turn reported that the incident to the Paragod Municipal Environmental National Resource. A confirmed team from the North Luzerne Renewables proceeded to rescue the sea turtle, which was identified as a female green sea turtle, weighing about 12 kilograms and measuring 45 centimeters. After the documentation, the villagers officials released the turtle to the Alio Bay on Sunday morning with the presence of local officials for the Pakla town. That's awesome. Last April 16th, another group of fishermen netted another green sea turtle, and they released that one too, it says here. So, meanwhile, North Luxor Praja, God, these are hard city names, Praja, lauded the efforts of the villagers for rescuing the endangered sea turtle. We hope to strengthen the collaboration among the local community and the government. Our goal is to create awareness and coastal environment protection to keep the coast clean and safe for the people and as a nesting ground for the turtles. The participation of the community is very important. Yeah, if you remember, just yesterday, I did an article about people were poaching black rhinos because no one's around to protect them. So it's nice to see this, and I was honestly thinking that they would take them home. So this is kind of like a hero in the community. But what about yourself? Do you have friends who have any endangered animals, or have they kept an endangered animal? Or do you know anybody who has poached animals before? What would you do if you found a rare animal? Please like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear from you on these topics about animals. Hi. The small clip you saw was brought to you by Loyal World News. If you like what you saw, you should subscribe and look up my daily Loyal World News report for its full version. If you don't want to watch it on YouTube, prefer to be on the road, I also have a podcast in every full-length video I put up.